Hello and welcome to another Premier League predictions video. I am here with Chris and Darren
Good evening.
and Chris.
Good evening.
How are you both?
Good, thank you. How are you?
All gravy, baby. All gravy, baby. Ready for another week?
I am good. Let's see if I got any points this week. Right, Villa Leeds was a draw.
Called it.
Well, you sort of called it, I guess.
You did call it.
Brighton versus Brentford is an away win. You did leave this one for me.
I'll listen to
So
Chris.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
He did
but
listen to me.
I don't know if I said
It's
it at
because
the
you
time.
picked Brentford. Brentford
I
only
would
win
have
for me.
taken it. I think said at the time that I would have chosen Brighton. So we'll take it. Chelsea, Burnley. I know Chris didn't pick a draw.
Yeah, 100%.
I did with what was left, and I absolutely would not have picked that. I would have 100%. I think we all would have picked Chelsea. I've said before, I'm never picking
Yes.
Burnley.
Definitely.
West Ham Bournemouth. I was speaking to my boss who was at this game. He said it was an absolute waste of time and he shouldn't have gone. It is a Chris draw. 0-0.
Draws. Let's go, boys.
Yeah. Right. Man City Newcastle. The game of what could have been, but Darren gets it. What could have been if Bernardo Silva had been sent off, or
Yeah.
could it have made
Newcastle
difference?
played well.
Newcastle had some chances, they just didn't take them. Right, moving to
They played
Sunday.
well.
Palace against Wolves was a Palace win. With the least
Go.
surprising result so far. Forest Liverpool, we won't talk much about it, but it was the worst game Liverpool have ever played that I can remember. Honestly, it might be the worst game since like the Roy Hodgson era.
I remember you
bad
messaging on
bad
Sunday and you were just like, what am I watching?
when you've got people paid over
Yeah.
150 grand a week that can't accurately pass the ball 10 yards away, a fuming.
As a neutral watching it, and you know my absolute loathe hatred for Forest, like, even I was like, will someone just score? Do something,
I don't
please.
even think Forest were that good. I just think we were that bad. And I think it showed how reliant we
We'd
are
make
now.
anyone look good.
We're so reliable on Florian Wirtz to create anything. Everyone else just goes, well, let's give the ball to Flo. Where is he?
Can't pass to him, he's in the stand.
What do we do then? I can't do anything. Luckily, at the end of the game, obviously, Dominic did some creativity, but awful, dreadful game. Sunderland Fulham, my boys in white, won, and I
Did you a favour?
it. Absolutely called it.
Called it. You've left with it.
I was left with it, but I'm pretty sure, I said at the time, I said, I think I'd have gone Fulham here.
I told you he's going to fluff his pads today, Dad.
Spurs Arsenal was an absolute drubbing. I think I backed
Let's go.
Spurs quite heavily here, saying I really think they can win.
I really do. New manager bounds. They do really
Okay.
well. No, they won't.
Hear me out.
I told you they won't.
Because I agree. There is a but though. And the but
What?
is...
What but? They lost 4-1.
Yeah, they got absolutely
No
smashed. But come back to 2-1 when it goes to 2-2. But Gabriel's an absolute fairy that goes flying at the lightest touch that definitely wasn't a foul.
They
If it's
still
2-2,
got hammered.
yeah, but I'm
Sorry,
thinking,
but even watching the game, they were still awful.
They were,
They were.
but I wonder at 2-2, could they have gone up a gear? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how
No.
sometimes a goal
On
changes
what
a game?
basis do you think they can go up any gears?
It's
The
not
only
a hit.
gears they're going through is the ones down.
It's not a them thing. It's a general football term, right? There's been a plethora of games where a goal is scored and it changes the fortune of the game. So that's what I was kind of going on. If Spurs had got that goal, could that have gave him the kick up the bum to do better? Probably not. I concede that, but if that goal
Spurs at home are terrible. Can't wait for them to get relegated. It's going to be good.
Let's move on anyway to Man United victory, which is Darren.
Pretty even week.
For all intents and purposes, it wasn't a particularly exciting game from what I've seen and read. Right, I got 4. Let's go. back to that. Dad's got 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Playing a
Yeah.
4-3-3. How?
As we
very
were,
nice.
boys. As we were.
I'm 1 closer.
What's the overall?
So, I didn't show you last week.
He
It doesn't
didn't
really
want
matter,
to look
but
at it.
there you go. So 10 points to me and you, Daz, and then a further 9 to Chris. So
Yeah, 9 to me, mate.
what, we got 10, 11 weeks left. So I need to gain by basically 2
You need
points.
me to have some stinkers.
Well, I need to gain 2 points on average a week to catch up and have a chance, and 1 week on 1 a week on Daz. It's still on, but very unlikely. So let's move on to this week. Let's get the wheel out. See what order we are going
In the
in.
wheel. Whatever it is for you to
Well, that
choose.
looks like
Liverpool.
me.
Oh, you get to Liverpool again.
You don't even know that.
I do. You wait and see.
So I've gone first, followed by
Mwah.
Christopher.
Get me in that sandwich.
Actually, is me. No, yeah,
I
it's
told
me.
you.
It is you
Stop.
dog.
You absolute dog. Every week.
Look, guys, I write these out based on the BBC Sport fixtures, so you can go and check. You can go and check my homework.
Every week he gets the
That's
easy
all right. I get Newcastle. I don't mind. Daz, you get my Brentford again if you want it. You're
Yeah,
100%
Burnley.
taking Brentford.
100%. Not because it's Brentford, but because they're playing Burnley. Sorry, Burnley fans, if anyone's watching.
We're not allowed to know what's on the Arsenal Chelsea game is, Daz.
No.
Apparently not. There we go.
Oh, come on, Chelsea.
Right, so first game of the weekend, we've got Friday night football. It's Wolves versus Villa, and as much as I want to go for a Wolves win here, I'm absolutely locking in an away win. I'm not.
You reckon?
I'm not
that
actually
easy?
that confident in Villa. I'm really not. But my confidence has
struggling.
waned in Wolves. I don't. They've got nothing to play for. They've got a new manager. Who's their manager? No, they haven't got a new manager.
Rob Edwards.
Still Rob Edwards. They're preparing for next year. They don't really care about this result. And Villa, I think, are going to start sweating if Man United, Liverpool, and Chelsea keep clawing points against them. Then if Villa
need to pick
finish
up a few
outside
points.
the top 5, it would be a colossal crumble. And Emery might consider his position. As mental as that sounds, they've been so clear third, and at one point having a conversation about being in a title race, that if they now finish 6th or lower, it would be devastating, I think. So Villa have got
It's not just on that standpoint, though. It's financially for them as well.
True.
They need that Champions League
True.
money.
So
Like
yeah,
a
I
hole
think
in there.
this is a must-win game for Villa. So that's what I'm going Villa. Christopher, what would you like?
I was told to take a home win, but I'm going to go for the draw. I think this could easily be a draw. I can see both teams scoring, maybe a 2-2, something like that. But no, I could see Wolves winning based on previous results and how Villa have been playing. But
Well, Daz, tell us why Wolves are going to win.
They're going to play for their pride.
Mateus Mane doing bits again.
Put a bit of fight in for the fans. Show them it's not a wasted season.
It's absolutely a wasted season.
They've still got a chance. It's not.
No
they're
Wolves
still
fan.
not down.
They can't win the title anymore mathematically, bless them. Although I imagine that happened a while ago. Okay, moving on to Bournemouth Sunderland. This has got it got a belter written on it? They're sort of 2 out of form-ish teams. Sunderland away is never wonderful, but
not a great
Bournemouth is
lunchtime
so
game,
hot
is
and
it?
cold. I don't know if Xhaka's back for Sunderland. Chris, what are we saying?
Basing this victory on how far they have to go, I'm going for a Bournemouth home win. That's my ethos for this one.
I understand.
It's a long way to go.
Yeah, but Sunderland will drive up or fly on the Friday, right?
I'm guessing they'll fly down either Thursday or Friday, but it's
it is a long way.
It's still a long way from home with an uncomfortable team with
the second longest
journey. It's got to be, isn't it?
Newcastle being the only one that's going to be longer. Newcastle,
yeah.
Bournemouth, that is.
But no, I think Bournemouth have picked up a bit recently. Sunderland wailing a bit, so I can see a home win.
Darren, do you back Sunderland or are you going for a draw?
I would have backed Bournemouth because Sunderland let me down last week.
I like it.
So I will go for Sunderland because I can't have Bournemouth.
Oof. Okay, and I will go for the draw, which, oh, I guess it could happen. There are three options.
You can always...
I don't even actually know what I'd go for, you know. I can see a story where Sunderland need to get back to winning ways, but I can also see where Sunderland collapse. No, it's not a collapse, it's just Sunderland maybe falling back to a more realistic position in the table that people thought they might be. You know, are they leveled out to a mid-table team or a low mid-table team? Darren, you get Burnley versus Brentford, mate.
Burnley flying, Daz, don't forget.
Yeah, they're not.
After their point against Chelsea, and did they not win the week before? They unbeaten in 2.
Yeah, I think they are, you know.
Burnley, they are. Look, they beat Palace.
There you go.
We won't talk about that one, but they're unbeaten in 2, Daz. What do you want to do? Do you want to go for Burnley or
I want to go for Brentford, please.
another? Probably where the smart money is.
Yeah.
They can't keep up that form forever.
The whole 1 win and 1 loss. They can't
Yeah,
keep that up.
Can't keep that up forever.
I'm going to go for a draw because, likewise, as I've said, I just can't go for Burnley. I know they beat Palace and they somehow got 3 goals. They didn't score 3 goals. They got 3 goals because Palace capitulated. I know they got a brilliant draw against Chelsea, but I think Chelsea missed about 400 opportunities to win that game. And ironically, Burnley nearly stole it at the end. But I'm still going for a draw out of my 2 remaining options. So, Christopher, you get the Burnley win.
They got the Burnley massive. 3 games unbeaten. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Right, Liverpool, West Ham. I'm going to go to Liverpool, obviously, right?
Oh, look, he's not backing his boss this week, is he? Look.
Well, no, he's not going
no,
West Ham this week.
The loyalty's gone to his boss.
I won't even see him in person this week because I'm not in the office anymore after today, and he wasn't in the office, so we can't even have a little jokey fist fight. I'm not very confident in this, and I should be because West Ham this season have been a bit poor, mate. If you the Liverpool game, Liverpool was so bad that if they play like that again, West Ham can beat them, and West Ham should beat them if they play like that again. If Florian Wirtz is all right and can play, my confidence level goes up a little bit. And this is a stretch, but if we have a right back on the pitch, maybe I'll feel a little bit more confident. But Mo Salah had probably the worst game I've ever seen him play for Liverpool.
Mo Salah's having his worst season.
Awful, obviously. Ekitike was anonymous and should have scored a header, but didn't.
He cannot score headers at the moment.
McAllister was bad. I think Jones was great. Soboslai wasn't wonderful, even as a right back. Knate and Van Dijk are probably the only people from that game, and maybe Kirkes, that can hold their head up at all in that game. It was such a bad performance. So I'll go for Liverpool. It should be comfortable. But like I said last week, it depends on what Liverpool turn up. Because if it's the same Liverpool that were at the City ground, we shouldn't win it, and we don't deserve to win it. We don't deserve top 5. Chris, can West Ham can they cause an upset? Or
yeah, why not? Let's go for West Ham. Toss of a coin between them two. I went for draw last time, so we'll take we'll take the win this time. Even.
If anything except this happens, I'm going to be fuming. By the way, Darren, you get the draw, which I guess out of the options of not having Liverpool is the one you'd take.
Yep. If West Ham play all out, park the bus, Liverpool could struggle to get through.
Adama Traore on the break.
And then, him just running down, draw a few fouls, get someone sent off.
Callum Wilson, Joe Jared Bowen.
Yeah,
Jared
well,
Bowen.
Jared Bowen seems to like scoring against us, it seems. So
yeah, they could hold out for a draw. Don't see them winning.
let's pray for a Liverpool win. Chris, you're up first, and it's a tough one. Newcastle, Everton.
Two teams that really need a win. Everton sort of stifled and struggled recently.
They have, but I mean, they weren't bad against Man United.
Jeez, if they could score corners, they'd have been all right.
No.
And Newcastle play
but
midweek,
I'm going to take.
playing at the minute.
I'm going to stick with the Geordie and my family. I will take the home win, please, and thank you.
My concern
they'll
with
have too much.
Newcastle is they're 5-6-1 up in the first leg, and they're playing their full strength team tonight against Karabag, which is just a risk because you've won the
Well, they want to
tie.
get through.
You do, but you play.
They're not going to concede
players,
5.
Play your kids, and then if you're 3-0 down, then bring on the reinforcements. You know, so they've had
but
an
you
hour's
want to make
break.
sure. I imagine second half you start ripping the changes. So
Yeah,
I'm not too worried about that.
I just would have done it the other way around, because at least the other way around you have an opportunity to not bring them on at all. Whereas if you start them,
but then you have the opportunity of going out, and they don't want to go out,
do they? They just don't. Because at half time, if they're 3-0 down, you just then bring on everyone.
If they're 3-0 down at half time, the other team's got momentum.
Yeah, but it's still Newcastle. It's no chance. Sorry, Karabag. If anyone from Baku or whoever you're from, Azerbaijan, are watching.
Azerbaijan. But no, I still think they'll have too much for an Everton team that are sort of coming up to a bit of a whiff at this penultimate time of the season.
I will take the draw. Don't see Everton, like the West Ham thing, don't see Everton winning. But they'll probably try and play for the draw like they did against United.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be happy with a point. It keeps them happily mid-table, doesn't it?
I'm not unhappy with Everton, but kind of echoing what you two say, I feel like it's more of a must-win for Newcastle and Eddie Howe.
They still need a striker.
They do. Still not seeing anything from Tariq George really. Jack Grealish being injured is a massive blow to him. So I suspect it's more Newcastle, and Newcastle sort of have to win it, but we'll see. Darren,
Man City,
Saturday
please.
Night Football, Leeds against Man City.
You said that rather quickly.
Yeah, I don't have any faith in Leeds. City needs to keep this pressure on Arsenal.
This is you're absolutely right. I know
every game's a must-win now for City and Arsenal.
Especially it's Leeds, right? It's not a Chelsea, it's not a Man United, it's not an Arsenal. It's Leeds. You just got to go there and win. It doesn't matter if it's pretty. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. What the scoreline is. Man City just have to win, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And apparently they've turned Haaland into a bit of a creator, which is odd.
It's like top assist, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I'll take the draw. There's absolutely not a chance I'm picking Leeds to win this game. I do think there is a world where they draw, though. I do think there's a world where Leeds can hang on and shut Man City out and just sort of barricade themselves in. However unlikely it is, I do think there is a world they can do that. I just don't think there's the world that they can score and win. Sorry, DCL. Chris, you get Leeds.
I think you're hating on Leeds a bit. Leeds at home is a hard place to go to. They're not going to make it comfortable. So
you're right. You are right, but it's
and they are doing well this season. Still need those victories to stay up. So they'll be. I don't think there'll be a sitting back as you think against a slightly fragile Man City.
Well, they kind of have to sit back though, right? Because if they go out, the City will.
Oh, I understand they will sit back, but if it's 0-0 later on in the game, I could still see them pushing a bit.
Oh, no, surely not. Surely a draw with Man City is a great result for them.
Oh, it is.
But
it is.
We'll see how Daniel Farker takes it. But yeah, anything they can get from the. You know what? As silly as it sounds, even if they lose, as long as they don't batter their goal difference too much, they still might be relatively
take a
happy.
1-0 either way.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Brighton against Forest. Vitor Pereira, they had a great win in their first game against Fenerbahce. And they were certainly better against Liverpool, but I don't know how much of that was because Forest were good or Liverpool was so bad.
Liverpool was so bad.
Probably biased in that. I'm going to go Forest. I
Ooh.
want to leave it for Chris, but bit of me still thinks Forest will go down, and a bit of me hopes Forest go down. But Anderson becomes a lot more affordable if they do. So maybe I don't want them to go down. I think they'll have too much for Brighton, who did have a great win last week, I believe. Yeah, they had a great win last week. I just don't see it happening again. Christopher?
Brighton.
It's definitely wanted Forest.
Do you think Brighton can win, or do you want Brighton to win?
I think Brighton can win. A good victory last week. So they can definitely turn over an interesting Forest team and season. I sort of hope they go down, not because of my absolute love and desire for them, more so for the fact that their owners just shot himself in the foot, and I just almost want them to suffer the consequences from his actions. I want him to feel the pain of making some absolutely ridiculous decisions.
Based on, I agree. My worry for Forest's rivals is that they have some really good players. Like Sangare is probably underrated. Anderson, we all know how about his brilliance. Milkingham's White, we know his brilliance. That already is a brilliant foundation for your team. And then when you've got Milenkovic and Murillo behind, Ola Aina
was in goal.
Was wicked. There's a really good team in there that they just can't get singing, and is Vitor Pereira the guy to do it? Daz, you get the draw, mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known which way to go on this, so I probably just gone for a draw, played it safe.
Fair. Chris has got Fulham Spurs. Now, he hates Spurs at home. Does he hate Spurs away? Does he think Igor Tudor can get something at Craven Cottage?
No, not really.
No, he doesn't. Look at the sides. Spurs are going down.
No,
This
not
is why
really.
we should do cameras so we can see the facial expression.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a lot of home wins. I might just chuck in a draw here for banter. Yeah, stick me on a draw. I genuinely do think Fulham might win, but just because the sheer amount of home wins I've had, I'm just throwing a draw in it.
Good win against Sunderland as well for them.
Exactly.
I think Fulham go under the radar. Marco Silva goes under the radar because
They always do well towards the end of the season, don't they?
Well, they're never extraordinary, but they're never awful. They're always are they the epitome of a mid-table Premier League team?
100%.
And what
they never
would
look like
Fulham
going down?
No, and what would Fulham and Marco Silva be if they just spent a bit of money?
Maybe lower Europe.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, do they overachieve or do they just achieve? I think they probably overachieve, right?
Didn't they? They bought Oscar Bob, didn't they?
They bought Oscar Bob, but it was like 20 odd million, and they got rid of Adama Traore, right? So that probably count as that. They bought Kevin for a record 30 million or 35 million or something, but he doesn't really play, which is odd.
They're not really one of those clubs or teams though that have got the big turnover. I don't think, just because of the exposure that they have.
Could Marco Silva take on the Spurs job in the summer if they stay up?
Who wants that Spurs job, isn't it?
They'll all want it. It's a big job. I know what you're saying, Poison Chalice, but in the same vein of Man United, that is a massive job.
Who's going to want it if they're in the Championship?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they stay up. Daz, what would you like, mate? You going home or away?
I'll take the Spurs win.
You don't sound confident with that answer anyway.
But they've got to win eventually, right?
Well, they'll have a week with Igor Tudor as well. I mean, they have to start winning some games. They need some points, right, to take them away from this fight. What are they, 5 points clear?
4, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, they're quite lucky that Leeds have got Man City, West Ham have got Liverpool.
So this is almost must win for Spurs, just to give them a bit of breathing space.
Yeah.
Probably only
Yeah.
need 2 wins, Spurs, out of their remaining games to.
I think maybe a couple
Yeah.
more than that.
I reckon 8-9 points and they'll be alright.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. I'm not mad at Fulham. I have a little
You
soft
will.
spot for Fulham.
You love Fulham.
I do. I rate Marco Silva highly, and I love my boy Harry Wilson.
Maybe Liverpool in summer.
Oh, Harry Wilson.
No, Marco Silva.
I suspect, unless he turns Spanish and turns into a CDM that played for Arsenal,
Can't wait for you to
Barcelona.
bemoan the 3-5-2 next
I'm
season.
sorry.
It's gonna be classic.
Mate, and I might, but I'm so excited. Like before, when we got Slot and Amarim was rumored to be, well, when we interviewed Amarim, I was so excited at the
Oh
something
God, you
different.
were, weren't you?
I really was.
forgot
I
about
really
that.
was excited by the prospect of playing a
Oh my
3-4-3
God,
or
you
a
had his
3-4-2-1.
t-shirt, his pants, and a
Mate,
key ring.
I was so ready. And I said at the time, I said, I don't know if it'll be any good. It might not be any good. It might not work out. But I'm just excited to see what happens. It's just a bit different. You know, when
You got to
everyone's
see what
playing
happened at United.
4-3-3. Yeah, but I think ignore the names, right? Ignore the managers' names. I think Liverpool's team, the players currently there, suit that 3-4-3 more than the United team that got it. Which is why Amarim wanted to wait until the summer, right? You have to remember, Amarim said, I don't want it now. I want to stay at Sporting. And then in the summer, I'll come and we'll do a big clear out and we'll bring in the players that suit. United went, no, it's now or never. So it is Amarim's fault that it went badly, right? He should have been more flexible. He should have appreciated what the club and what the team could do.
100%.
But United have to take a little bit of responsibility here as well. That they could have, if they wanted the Amarim project to work, could they have been a bit more flexible and give it to an interim until the summer when Amarim was available? So it's mostly on Amarim though. I'm not trying to excuse it. Will it be different with Alonso? Maybe, but maybe not. It might fail for the same reasons. But we've seen the formation work in the Premier League with some teams. You know, look at Conte's Chelsea. You look at Palace with Glasgow for 2 years. They've been doing it. It's been working to a point. It got them into Europe. It won them trophies. It won they beat Man City and Liverpool on the way to the FA Cup. They beat Liverpool in the Community Shield playing that formation. So it can have success. Speaking of teams that play or have played three at the back recently.
There we go.
What a transition.
What a segue that was.
Man United versus Palace then. Daz, you're up first here.
I'm going to go United.
I'm not sure I'd be as confident.
6 on the bounce.
Well, it's not 6 on the bounce because they drew, didn't they?
They drew one.
Well,
It's 6 unbeaten.
Yeah.
6 unbeaten. They struggled against Everton, but
they struggled against Fulham.
If they play Sesko from the start, they might do a bit better.
But if
he's the new Solskjaer, mate.
is he a super sub though? Is he only good from the bench?
Well, we'll find out this next game when he starts. And
I think this might be where it ends. I'm gonna go away win.
You said that every week.
I know. My thing here is
Palace are struggling.
They are, but JSL is the new DCL. No, my Palace's strengths here, I think, align well with Man United's weaknesses. I think that Man United will have all the ball, which isn't exactly their strength, and Palace will counter, which definitely is their strength.
If half the Man United players are going to look at the formation that Palace are going to be playing, going to get PTSD and just going to go absolute turbo against it. So
no, I think Palace can. I think Palace can do what Everton nearly did, what West Ham nearly did, what Fulham nearly did. I think Palace can. And Man United's performances, they were brilliant against Arsenal, they were brilliant against Man City. But they haven't been as brilliant against the other teams, and this is sort of where you make your money. So it's great that they won, but you can't hero save every game. So I'm going Palace. Chris, you get a draw, mate.
yeah, they're on up. I'll say that. It could be a ball draw. Judging on the game from last night, it could be 2 standy-offy teams, but we'll see.
Fair. Right, last game of the season, of the weekend, and it
Not
is
yet,
actually
mate. Not yet.
belter again for the second week in a row.
I'm
Again
I'm
with
glad.
Arsenal.
I don't have to pick on this one.
Chelsea
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't going
kind of.
first.
Which the thing is, Chelsea must win if they want to keep their top 5 hopes alive. They need to win, and Arsenal
Arsenal must
obviously
win.
need to win because they're trying to either keep City at 5 points, whatever it is, away from them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Arsenal. I'm not massively confident. I'm like 65-35, so I'm gonna go Arsenal to win. I can
Okay.
see Chelsea winning, but Chelsea have got so much inexperience and they're just not very consistent. They drew to Burnley, for God's sake. One of these teams smashed their local rivals. The other one drew to Burnley. So one of these teams is coming in hotter than the other.
Yep.
Chris, what would you like, mate?
I will take. Can Leroy do one over Arteta?
Liam Rossini?
Potentially. Yeah. I'll take the Chelsea win.
Oh, Chris is getting brave because he's got a big lead.
Yeah, we've got a bit of scope for a bit of movement. I can see.
How are they going to
After,
break down a team of 4 centre backs?
Yeah, I get that. But if they keep all the players on the pitch, I think if certain
Yeah.
players, for example, Palmer, want to actually get in the England squad, they've got to start playing some sort of football eventually. So
Agreed, mate, agreed.
He can take penalties.
Israel Pedro, is he the sign? When I say signing of the summer, I'm very specifically talking about all the striker moves that happened. Is Pedro the signing of the summer?
I won't say the signing, but he's
Who's
probably up there.
who? Because so you got Sesko, probably not, but better recently. I think he's got 5 goals in 6.
I think the Sunderland one, Robbie.
Well, I was talking more about the bigger, like the bigger moves. It's
Oh,
certainly
the
not
big
Isak.
ones.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
it's not Gyökeres. Is it
It's not.
Ekitike versus Pedro?
Yeah, it's got to
Yeah.
be, isn't it? Ekitike's early form and Pedro's arguably later form. It's probably cancelled each other out.
I think the problem that Ekitike's got is Isak's injury, not because he needs Isak to be better, but because he can't rest. He gets no opportunities to have a break or to have somebody else have that pressure on him. It's every time it's Ekitike. So hopefully that will change when Isak comes
Strikers
back.
like that though, don't they?
They probably do, but their bodies probably don't.
Yeah.
And he's missed an.
If you
The one thing I'll say about Ekitike, for all his brilliance, is he's bloody awful at heading. For a big guy, he's bloody awful at heading the ball. Anyway, back to this
as good
game.
as Gakpo.
Chelsea versus Arsenal, or Arsenal versus Chelsea. Does you get the draw?
Draw.
Is
I'm
Gyökeres
not.
going to score? Is Pedro? Who's going to score the most out of those two in this game? If
The
either
Gyökeres scored a good goal against Spurs.
did,
True. None of them can score.
we're going to go 0-0, ball draw.
No. Other players will score, just not them.
But
Just
one
not them
each
two.
or 2 each.
No.
Is Saka going to score a goal or do something for his new contract or what?
He's
They
having a great
might
season at the
score a
moment.
header as a number 10, mate. Right, there are our predictions. It's time for the guarantees.
Ooh.
It's my
Man
guarantee. I
City.
should go Villa Wolves, but I'm not. I'm going Liverpool. I'm saying it with my chest.
Brighton.
Man City.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. Have you? I wish you'd pick your own bloody ones, Christopher, but it's fine. There can be a rule
What do you
next
mean I
time.
picked my own one?
Well, because like this is what my line, if you like. It should be the one you've got the whole thing to pick from. Maybe we'll make it a rule for the next.
Okay, Bournemouth then.
What's the Bournemouth one?
With this sprinkling of Brighton.
To be fair, you've got rough ones. Yeah, you've got really rough ones, Chris. You might have the
I
3
have.
most balanced games as your ones. That's outrageous.
That means if I get any points next week, you're all going to be suffering.
Right, there we are then.
Then.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and peace.
Peace.
Peace.